Roger was able to call up his potential on minor tournaments, on a Super 9 tournaments, on the Davis Cup, but never really in a Grand Slam. But that's where you make or break your name. And for him, his first big exploit was beating Pete Sampras when he was 19 years old on the Wimbledon center court, and you don't do that unless you're a superstar. And that was sort of the bell, the ringing bell for everyone. This guy is here for good. The following year, things didn't really happen smoothly. So for him, he knew he has the potential. Everyone told him he has the potential. The next step is how you deliver it, how you play up to that your own expectations and to the level that you want to play. So that's much more difficult than, let's say, you come in by surprise. When everybody knows you're good, you have to go out on center court, you have to deliver it. That's the hardest part. Yes, he wasn't a teenager, but he was around the tour for a couple of years. In a way, that's better, because you gradually improve, you gradually get accustomed to the world of tennis professionals. When you go up like me, I guess it's a little harder because you don't have time to improve. You're supposed to win every match. So in a healthy way, being around for 3-4 years and then breaking through is probably the success story of Roger. People talked about the game has changed a lot, and my question often, in what way? To my era or to generations before. And yes, you had the baseliners more now than you used to have. In my time, you had more the serve and volley players. But Roger came into it something new. He could play from the baseline and he could serve and volley. So that's in a way how he changed dramatically the game, that you can win tournaments from the back and from the net. Roger is human. He has shitty matches. Sometimes he plays like you can't imagine him to play, but he's only human. Roger, in my opinion, his biggest weakness is that he has so many options. Yeah, he can beat someone serving volley, he can beat someone from the baseline, he can beat someone staying back or going forward. So which one to choose at the right moment? And because of all the options, he gets lazy sometimes. In some of the matches that are close, he doesn't use his own potential. And then the matches become close, and then, of course, he wants to pick it up in the third or in the fifth set. That's not easy sometimes. I think that's his mastery at the moment, that he's using his emotions. Roger's a very emotional guy. You see it when he wins tournaments. He bends down his knees, he starts crying. Very few athletes do that, and he means it. So you can imagine how much inner turmoil there is, but he's using it for his advantage. He's making himself play better by using his emotions. When you're younger, you don't have that self-control, you don't have that discipline. You have to learn it, you have to grow into that. So for Roger to overcome his own demons is the main reason why he's so successful at the moment. I think Roger is a true sportsman. He loves sports, he loves tennis obviously, and that's his biggest quality. He's not in there for the show, he's not in there for the money, he's not in there for the glamour. He wants to win tennis matches. I think that's going to be a secret for a long career. It's an amazing effort on what level he's playing the last 2 years. And I really mean that, because it's great enough to win a Wimbledon. It's great enough to defend your Wimbledon title. But it's amazing that he has this consistency throughout the year, that he's not losing any tennis matches. I mean, for example, this year he has lost 1 tennis match and won 5 or 6 tournaments. Last year he won more than 10 tournaments, and that sets the star, the good player, from the superstar. Only few were able to reach that potential and then deliver it. And at the end of the day, success, it's not a question of luck, but it's a question of hard work, of discipline, of dedication. And if you have the talent of Roger, then you're going to win. The other guys are very good. Roddick, great serve, great power player. Lleyton Hewitt, great mind, great will. Like a street fighter, like Jimmy Connors used to be. You have to beat this guy, he's not going to lose. But in my opinion, they don't have the weapons to really hurt Roger. Safin, tall guy, strong guy, fearless, crazy but fearless. On a good day, can just serve great, can hit, can trade crown strokes. with Roger, has probably more power from the back if he's on than Roger, and that's what makes him so dangerous. You know, you're not supposed to lose anymore. You are the one that's hunted. Everyone wants your scalp. You know you have reached an incredible high level. The difficult part now comes, how often can I reach that? For how many weeks, how many months, how many years? To stay up on the tops, to stay up number one is much harder than to get there. You get to number one, most of the people breathe out. They say they've reached their top. The true champions want to keep that spot. They want to defend it like harder before. And the real superstars in any sport, they are in the top of the world for a long time. At the moment, he doesn't need any tips. He has a great team. He's smart enough to really keep his team very private. His girlfriend Mirka plays an important role. His parents play an important role. His coach, physio, the whole thing, he's got it made at the moment, and it's because he keeps it very quiet. He doesn't really talk about it. His hunger, his motivation, he has the potential to become one of the very, very best of all time. Certainly the best of his generations. Now he's only in his second or third year on the top. He's got to go another 2 or 3 years if he wants to be compared with Borg, McEnroe, and the others. He's got it made if he stays healthy, injury-free, and if he's gonna keep the motivation. 20 years from now, he'll be the best player of his generation. He has been number one for many years. He's gonna win many Grand Slams. I don't know how many. I don't know if he's gonna break Pete Sampras' record with 14 Grand Slams. Tough one. And he's going to be one of the greatest players ever. Why I don't say the best is because you can't compare generations. You can't compare a Laver with a Connors, with a McEnroe, with a Lendl. And today, every generation has their best player. I think Roger is the best of his generation.